Welcome back to Keeping BZ. We have our first ever viewer request episode. We're playing a game that Zach or I didn't really think of covering because we don't have a lot of experience with this one. But when I heard that, I was like, yeah, sure. So this is a suggestion by our viewer, Karma Chaos 667, who asked if we could cover Cave Story. I'll put their comment up here. So Zach and I have minimal experience with this game. Cave Story, of course, very popular indie game. It was kind of the indie game. It came out in 2003 after this solo developer named Pixel worked on the game for 5 years and then put it out, and it became this sensation. It wasn't just great and popular because of just the game itself. I mean, it influenced one-man development teams or small development teams showing that, hey, you can do this. It was one of the first games to really do that. And it was also a really interesting case where because of the nature of it being a one-man team, he chose retro graphics. And that seems like, I mean, you know, just par for the course nowadays. But back then, that was like kind of weird. It was like, why would I choose retro graphics? That people aren't going to want to play that because then it looks like an old game. It looks like games that are of the last couple of console generations. But people, and especially kids that didn't even grow up with the retro console generation of that era, like the Super Nintendo, really got into the game's community and the graphics and loved every ounce of it. So it's a really remarkable piece of gaming history, and I'm kind of revisiting it because I haven't played it since, gosh. Zach and I played you played the Wii port, right? Like the WiiWare version?
Yeah, I haven't played this since 2006 or 7, maybe 8? Pre-2010, that's all I can guess.
It's about the same with me. I played it, let's see, I played the DSiWare version, if anybody remembers that DSi had a shop. And I primarily, where did I get? I got decently far into the game. I definitely got farther than this. I'm just kind of starting from the save file I'm currently on and just experimenting with it. But this game is kind of crazy to me because it's an old PC game. Like I said, came out in 2003. Still runs remarkably well. I have no issues setting this game up. It's literally a megabyte, and you just open it up and it plays, and it's perfect. Runs perfectly, has no glitches or issues. It's a remarkably polished piece of old software that is nowhere. It's not abandonware. It's freeware, but only in the case that it's free and it works, and it's actually a game that was always free. But yeah, Zach and I played the port versions that were made by actually a different developer. They were like, with some help from Pixel, the original game's developer. And that version, from what I understand, is pretty different. It makes some interesting changes, mainly like just extra stuff. Like, they don't mess with the main campaign that much, but one thing they do that I think is pretty interesting is that they actually add, like, if you play the game on certain holidays, it'll change the graphics and certain dialogue and parts of the game to reflect the holidays. Like, characters will be wearing Santa outfits and stuff. They added like a lot of nice little touches to it. But I decided for this video, we're just going to play the original freeware version. It's the most iconic. It's the one that kind of put the game on the map. And to me, there's just something far more charming about playing the original version in this 5-year development time of this game this guy made, that in the engine he created is more interesting to me than the other remake made by the developer that's not him. So this doctor, so the room we started out in, there was a doctor in there, and he told me to go here and get some medicine that was at this old hospital that he no longer had access to, so he gave me the key. And there's a boss here. So this boss is tricky. Like, see, yeah, there, I took a hit. They will fall on where you are, so you have to be really careful and make sure that you're moving around the entire room. And make sure you have enough space to run, or else they are going to fall right on top of you. Damn, I am almost dead already. Yeah, here we go. Oh, got it. Nope, don't have enough space there. So I got fire here. The fire does a lot of damage, but you can only release a few at a time, and they always just end up on the floor. I have missiles, which I have at level 3, which you can shoot a bunch of them at once if you have them up at level 3. but... can I get this? Yes, okay. Okay. Oh, fuck. Yeah, see? You have to time it just right and get out of his way, but the drop is really well programmed where you have like just enough time to evade it. So now I'm going to try out the sword here, and the sword has very low range, but does tons of damage. I can wipe out these cockroaches very easily. There's also a building I was just in where the cockroaches were just nice, and they were talking to me and having conversations with me, and I was just like, what is... So they don't mind that I'm just murdering all of them outside?
Look, those are the bad cockroaches. We're the good ones.
I guess. Ah. Oh, I gotta say also, the music for Cave Story, which was also composed by the guy that created the game, is also very good. There's variety to it. It's catchy. It fits. It's also well composed to fit the environments of all the areas, and it's very memorable. Like, every ounce of this game feels like a passion project that someone really did work on for 5 years. Yeah, see, if you can get that sword up, it can do so much damage. Nah, but he has that shield of bubbles that blocks him. Ah! Damn. Are you gonna jump up? Or you need me to do more damage to you first?
I was gonna say, this is a very nice boss. He lets you... He's like, okay, I missed. You get your shots.
He'll just stay there until you do a certain amount of damage. Okay, almost got this. Okay, one more.
There you go.
All right. Well, I got the pill, so I guess I can walk back. But that boss had an interesting design because it looked a lot like one of the lackeys of the main villain, but a different color. They all look like giant TVs for some reason. I'm not sure what that thing was.
Oh, I always saw the lackey as a lunchbox for whatever reason, but I guess maybe TV makes more sense.
Maybe that's what it actually is. I don't know.
I have no idea either. Man, how old would I have been when I played this game? Like 16, 17? I always thought it was lunchbox, or at least my brain always said that.
Ooh. What the hell is that coming out of my sword now?
Oh,
that's level 3.
Oh, that's anime as fuck. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, when you get everything up to level 3, it feels so good, which then sucks because the way this game works is if you get hit, it de-levels your swords, your weapons, and I'm just like, no, I want them always to look good. But that's the thing, right? You have to be good at the game, which I'm not good at. So, this was originally not in English. The only reason we're playing an English version of the freeware game is because a very famous game translator website called Aeon Genesis made an English translation, and that's how this game really got picked up in the first place. Now, of course, when they made the ports, like the paid versions, they did a full retranslation that was more official, technically, but both work. I mean, this is a very good translation.
It has been so long, I cannot remember what these characters' names are. She's quiet or something like that, right?
No, her name is, just a second. Zach, shield your eyes.
Why should I shield my eyes?
Curly, her name Curly, yes, that's right.
Oh,
that's right,
Curly,
that's right.
oh,
Good.
Curly Embrace.
Yes. And the main character's name is Note, I think. Yes! Yes! Depowered. No, but I powered it up again. No, it's just... the weapons are very satisfying to use, but the enemies always have great numbers, which can make them difficult. Actually, did I save? I should probably go save quick.
Yes, please go save.
And then we can continue on. And of course, she's gone. So yeah, Curly and I got thrown down into this pit, which is this place called... Oh, she went off towards the boulder chamber. This place called the Labyrinth, which, as Curly said, it's the trash heap of the island. Basically, I was in a boss fight with the bad guys. I beat them. I was like, oh yeah, cool. Which, I mean, actually was a pretty depressing boss fight because it involved the sacrifice of a good character in the game. But, yeah, then as soon as I left the place where the boss fight was, one of the bad guy lackeys jumped down from the ceiling and killed me. So, yeah.
Wait.
Not killed me, but threw me down into this pit.
Hang on.
Or at least knocked a note out.
Throw the sword real quick. Is that a Mimiga? Yeah. It looks like you're throwing a Mimiga samurai. I think that's the species.
So, what that actually is, Zach, I actually realized it now. Ah, damn. I depowered it. But I realized... So I got this sword from a character called King, who was one of the... You know how at the beginning of the game you're in like that town of those rabbity-looking people? Yeah. And they're called like the Migamas or something like that. I think that's what they're called. I didn't really know how to pronounce it. But when I'm throwing the sword at level 3, that's him.
Okay, I thought that was him. I just couldn't remember his name.
It's like the spirit is living on in his sword or something. It's cool. Oh, I see. This sucks. I already don't like this. I have to time this jump. Because the red spikes are instant death. There we go.
I would assume getting crushed is also instant death.
Oh, of course. There we go. There we go. Oh, but they're being blocked by this weird tank thing. Oh, wow, it like shoots out all these extra little bits. And that one's fully leveled up. Now! Give me back my power level. It's interesting, so when I kill these enemies, they actually go through a little death animation where they fall down and run on the ground before they die, which most enemies in this game don't do that. They mostly just immediately explode.
Oh, boss time.
Wait, what? Not another boss, no!
Nope, boss time, Brandon.
Oh god, it's that thing! Okay. Got rid of all the cockroaches. Okay, where's your weak point? Oh, it's over in here, okay. And I did nothing to it. Okay, let's try out some of the other weapons. Ow. Well, that didn't work. And getting run over doesn't either. Damn. And this is the experience of Cave Story. Zach, what's the first indie game you can remember playing?
Ooh. I'm going to assume you mean indie and not really like hobby indie, because I was around back when there was back when Yo-Yo Games was still a thing, which I don't believe it really is now, or at the very least it's not. It doesn't exist in the way that I used to know it, which was just a bunch of people who used Game Maker, and we'd all just show off like different projects. And as you might guess, almost nobody had released anything finished, and anyone who could ever finish anything was seen as amazing.
Yep.
But no, I played some pretty interesting games through that. But in terms of my first official indie game? I don't even know if I can remember what it was. I think Cave Story was at least one of my first 3. Because indie games, well, now I can think of fan games, but in terms of indie, yeah, it might actually be Cave Story. No, it's not Instant Death.
Wow, that's new, because every single time I've gotten hit by spikes before, it's been instant death. Maybe I just have enough health now? I don't know. Well, either way, I kind of fucked myself now.
Because I'm trying to think what all indie games there even were. I don't know. Maybe I just only remember Cave Story because it's definitely one of the more memorable indie games of its era. I played
something that really weirded me out, Zach, was that when I first was replaying this, like yesterday, I looked at the setting of the game, some of the setup, the design of like the NPCs, the little rabbit people, and I just thought, is this Undertale?
I've been resisting the urge to bring that up throughout this entire video, to be honest. Because my brain keeps thinking, this is pretty much the precursor to Undertale. Obviously, there's massive differences, of course, but they're both about silent protagonists that end up going underground.
Right.
Of course, there are, like I said, there are massive differences. There is no pacifist route in this game, as far as I'm aware. But I wouldn't be surprised if this was a big influence for Undertale. Because if I remember correctly, indies did become a bigger thing, or at the very least, I paid more attention to indie games after Cave Story was released.
Right.
I did play a bunch of random PS3 indie games, but I can't remember the name of most of them off the top of my head.
I think Cave Story was my first, as far as I can remember. I definitely played a lot of, I played a lot of Sonic fan games on the internet, of course, back in the day, and there were a monster amount of those, which were, of course, all made by, like, one person that were, like, one level long. But I don't know if those count as much as Cave Story. I mean, I guess they do, because they also are just, like, full-on hobby projects, or just, you know, games made by very small teams.
Yeah, this one will be a deep cut to anyone who just happens to know about it, but I know one of the bigger games on the Yo-Yo Games site, along with Crime Life and Crime Life 2, was, what's it called, Blue Assassin, which was a 2D platformer type game. Had really simple art, but it looked really nice. Oh, nice!
I just found that in a wall. Okay, cool. What was the name of that game, Zach, you were just talking about?
I think it was called Blue Assassin.
Okay.
Very simple platformer, a very basic story, but it was really cool for its era, and it was also one of those rare games that was finished.
What?
I know, it's crazy. And the plot was really predictable, even for me back when I played it when I was 16, but like I said, it was just a hobby project. It was short but sweet. Honestly, maybe I should do that for keeping busy. I don't if it's even findable nowadays. I would assume it's somewhere. Once it's on the internet, it doesn't leave.
Right.
Nintendo, you can't get rid of AM2R no matter how hard you try.
Oh, they never will. I mean, I like Samus Returns a lot, but I still want to give AM2R a shot, and I did download it before it started getting taken down.
I bet there's hundreds of download links at this point.
Zach, what got you into just saying, oh yeah, I'm going to go and design my own video games? Like, what was the inspiration of wanting to be a game designer?
Oh, that... I've been wanting to do that pretty much as long as I could remember. I can't even remember what the catalyst of all that was. If I had to take a guess... Actually, no, I'm 99% sure this is right. If I had to take... Yeah, I would say probably Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, interesting.
Kingdom Hearts was a super influential game for me. It's funny to think about now, but Kingdom Hearts was the first time I ever took a game's story seriously. Which, you know, considering where the Kingdom Hearts plot goes, is kind of insane. But the first one is very simple, but it really affected me, especially the twist near the end where, spoiler alert, Riku's the real Keyblade wielder, and me, I had never ever seen anything like that. I've seen a lot of Chosen One stories and RPGs, of course, but that was the first time that I ever saw anyone play with that trope. And that scene still sticks out to me, even 20-ish years later. And I remember after playing Kingdom Hearts and really loving its combat system, with it being an action RPG, I've just always wanted to do similar things. Oh, Pokemon was also a big part of it, because I remember I got a strategy guide for Ruby and Sapphire, and I started making my own strategy guide for, like, my own fake Pokemon game. And then one day I started looking around online. Where in the world is this thing's weak point? I started looking around online for something to use to make games, and then I came across something literally named Game Maker. And it was the first time I ever found something that didn't look like it took a college degree to use. And then I've been attempting and failing ever since. But I won't give up. Anime taught me not to give up.
It's true. Anime like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, exactly. Sora didn't give up when he lost the Keyblade.
I think even in Dream Drop Distance, isn't there like a scene where one of the villains is just like, yeah, I mean, you weren't even chosen. You're just some guy who's still at it, even though you're not the real Keyblade wielder. And Sora's just like, I don't care if Riku, you know, gets the Keyblade Mastery Exam pass or whatever. I'm just here to support everybody. And it's a really sweet scene.
Yeah, I kind of do remember it now that you bring that up. Yeah, I make fun of Kingdom Hearts' plot, but there are moments where there are at least cutscenes and character moments that I think are still pretty good.
But I think something you and I have definitely talked about a lot is how Sora's character kind of devolved over the course of the series, how he became much more of the dumb guy on the team, whereas in the original game he felt more like just... He reacted more like just a person of average intelligence that reacts like anybody would.
Yeah, that was one of the other things that I felt strongly with. I really related to Sora. I mean, okay, I didn't grow up on an island and smack other kids with sticks, but... You know, the way he reacts to being in Traverse Town, I felt like he was a kid suddenly being attacked by Heartless.
As you do in real life.
Yeah. I remember when I was 14, I had to go to school one day, and there was just a bunch of Heartless attacking me.
Yes, on your island, which you used to get, you know, where you lived, and then you got in your boat and went to school.
Yep. And then my mom called me for dinner, and I've ignored her since.
Maybe that'll be the real twist in KH4, is that we're finally going to see Sora's mom again, and she's going to be the true final boss.
Is it Sora's dinner inside the box?
Yeah, and it's like mold at this point.
Sora, this is the Lunchables your mom made for you all those years ago.
Even though I shouldn't have, I think the game that really, like, first was like, oh man, I can take video game stories seriously, or game stories I was really involved in. I mean, Zach's gonna hate this, but when I was a kid, I was really involved in the story of Sonic Adventure 2.
I mean, so was I.
Everybody
was.
I wanted, like, when I unlocked the last story, and I was like, what?
Okay, I could never unlock the last story. I couldn't be bothered. But, no, I cared about the story of Sonic Adventure 2 at a time. Well, okay, I always hated the Sonic and Shadow mix-up. Even as a kid, I was like, no. But other than that, I wanted to learn more about Shadow. Like, Shadow's kind of the reason I like the dark, alternate version of characters. You know, and a bunch of previous parts, I think usually are Sonic parts, I do make fun of Sonic Adventure 2 a lot, but I also can't deny that it's, you know, it was influential on a bunch of people. You know, it's a common thing that if you're a Sonic fan, it's usually because of either Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic 2. And yeah, Sonic 2 is my first Sonic game.
Or even the first Sonic Adventure, but you're right, it's usually Adventure 2.
Yeah, but I was that weird kid that always preferred SA1, and it was solely because the Knuckles radar in Sonic Adventure 1 could track multiple emeralds all at once.
On. Damn, with all those missiles, and it's still not enough.
Yeah, I remember a time when I wanted to learn more about Eggman's grandfather, and I wanted to learn more about the arc, and I wanted to see Shadow's whole story. Being able to play as Eggman was a really cool idea.
Yeah, honestly, and he controls pretty well. I really like some of the levels you have with Eggman, particularly, what was the one? The one where you're on the arc as Eggman. I forget the name of it, but anyway, it just had a lot of really cool, like, shooting gallery type sections that I enjoyed a lot. That was the one where you have, like, low gravity.
Yeah,
Damn!
I literally just watched Johnny's review of it, and he talked about that as the best one. Cosmic Wall, I think is the name?
Yes. Yeah, Cosmic Wall's awesome. I love the music, I love the low gravity platforming, and I really liked being able to finally get up enough combos to get up perfect. But I also understand how you feel, Zach, how you look at that game and you're just like, yeah, but the game's variety that you're kind of forced to do by having to play all these different levels in order is also part of what makes the game kind of miserable at times to play, depending on what the level is. Whereas in Sonic Adventure, you can kind of, if you don't even want to play the full game, you can just pick a campaign and you're only going to be playing those type of levels.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I never understood why games felt the need to add variety. It's not even just Sonic that does it. There are so many... I'm not a big fan of Sly 3 because I felt like it added too much variety. Did we really need levels where we dived with Dimitri?
There's a lot of weirdness in 3 especially, where it just feels like they were experimenting, which is weird because it's the last game of the trilogy. Like yes, they made a 4 eventually by a different developer, but that was kind of it for the original era of Sly. And it's a game that, is nothing but just, here's a mini game, and then there's just like so many different mini games. And look, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth right now, and that game has tons of mini games, but not as much as Sly 3, where every single thing in the entire game is some sort of different gimmick, which ends up being frustrating because there's so many of them, they're not developed super well.
Yeah, there were some I didn't mind. I like playing as the Panda King, who I accidentally almost called Kung Fu Panda.
Like I mean, he basically is, even though he's pre-Kung Fu Panda.
He is, yeah.
He's the original Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda ripped him off.
Yeah, but I think I just thought of him because Brian and I just recently watched 4. Which, to go on a small tangent, that's actually a pretty good movie. I like that more than 3.
Yeah, I was shocked. Kung Fu Panda 4 was a lot better than I was expecting it to be. It wasn't great, but it was definitely way more solid than I would have expected out of the 4th Kung Fu Panda movie. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Had a good heart. I kind of like the direction they're going. If they're going to make another trilogy out of this, I'd watch another one of them just to see where they go, but I don't know how much they're going to be able to sustain this.
I mean, I don't know, how much do you think we can milk a part where you fight this boss for the 5th time?
True.
We apologize, Karma Chaos. But back to variety in games. I like when games are just the game they advertise they are. I don't mind if there's some deviation of... Like, Yakuza Infinite Wealth has a bunch of side content. And admittedly, while it does annoy me that you at least have to... The game does force you to engage with the side content, at least in the beginner level. You don't ever need to finish the side content in order to finish the game. All you have to do is beat the tutorial for the side content, and you can move on. Although I do... Like, even if it's a side game that I like, I do think that's kind of annoying design. Just let me play the game that I bought, and then if I choose to engage with anything beyond that, that should be my choice. I assume that's how Queen's Blood is and Rebirth, right? You don't... The game doesn't go, oh, we're gonna stop the story so you can learn how to play this card game.
No, it doesn't. Honestly, like, there's a part in the game where it goes, hey, there's a big Queen's Blood tournament going on, and your story mission does say, go to the Queen's Blood tournament. And then you go to it, and it goes, well, yes, but you can also talk to this person and skip it if you don't want to do it. So the game fully makes it optional if you don't want to play the card game, because it is a very complicated and interesting card game. But... you don't have to, but at the same exact time, in my personal opinion, and I'm saying this as somebody who usually doesn't like card games at all, you're missing out on some really great content in a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth if you skip Queen's Blood entirely, especially if you skip the tournament. If you don't get to see the full tournament, you're going to miss some really great stuff.
That's how you know Queen's Blood is good. I couldn't even get Brandon to play a card game if I put a gun to his head. Are you playing this with keyboard or with a controller?
With keyboard.
Okay.
It does have gamepad support. There is a config menu for this game, and there is gamepad support in there, but I don't know if it's going to work with an Xbox Series X controller. God damn it.
Come on, Brain, you're so close.
I know. I can do this. I still got it at max.
Sora believes in you, Brandon.
Yes! Got him. All right. What? Why is it a cat? Did you see that?
No, I missed it. Damn it.
No, 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 no. No, the robot exploded and just a cat came out of it. Like a really big looking like house cat. And I was just like, what? Please. Please. Yes. What? What the hell? Oh, that's not good.
Don't talk to him, if I remember correctly.
Right. Yeah, because this game has multiple endings, which is just crazy. Why does it have multiple endings?
Yeah, if you talk to him, you get the bad ending because he dies.
Oh, interesting. So, yeah, let's talk to Curly instead.
Is this literally the ending of the game?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think there's a couple more areas.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, sorry, when I saw that scientist's body fly down, suddenly Johnny's review entered my head. Oh yeah, Braid was a... That's right, Braid was another huge indie game that I think was around this period.
I played a decent chunk of Braid, but I never finished it, but I really liked the mechanic of it. I think I just got, like, stuck.
And then, was Dust and Elysian Tale also... Lunchbox Man! Wait,
oh no.
Is he a toaster? Oh no. No, I don't think he's a toaster.
Maybe? I mean, the hands kind of look like that.
I was thinking that because the thing on this side looks like that thing you push down.
Yeah. Both arms are like that. Oh, god damn it. Another boss? Oh, okay. So we do fight him. Oh, no!
Watch out, Brandon. He
That's
too has
new.
missiles.
Oh, man. Doesn't have enough reach. Come on. Oh! Oh! He can body slam me! Oh!
Pile driver.
Okay, let's pull out... Yeah, let's pull out the fire. Might have to pull out my sword here soon. Come on, come on. Oh, man. Those missiles really hurt. But I can do this, I can do this! Got him.
Oh, you defeated Balrog.
It's like for like the third time. I'll move the rock for you.
There's a Street Fighter. There's a Street Fighter joke in there, but I forget what it is.
Oh, okay. I mean, he did kidnap somebody that ended up dying, Curly, so he is kind of an asshole. Okay, well, before I consider going through whatever the hell that is, there is a place where I can heal out here. Oh, right, but I don't have my... Oh, no, I have... It's back to level 3, so I can do my hover. There we go. Ah. Oh, Curly went in on her own. Well, I hope it's safe.
Probably safer for her than it is for us.
Yeah. Speaking of... I'm considering whether I want to stop here, but at the same exact time, I did get stuck on that one boss for a bit. But we also had good conversations during that repeat sort of thing, so maybe it's okay. I assume we're up to almost 40 minutes, Zach?
40 minutes, yep.
Alright. So I guess we'll stop here for now, and if our viewer wants more, maybe yeah, I'll do another one just for their sake. But as it stands, I think it's a good showing of just like the weapon variety, the interesting story, the nice graphics, the lovely music of the good old classic Cave Story.
Yeah, honestly, Cave Story was a good suggestion that I never would have thought of without this viewer, so I'm glad they suggested it.
And some people actually do like seeing people who play struggle against a boss until they finally have that one try that beats the boss, but it's not for everybody, but maybe that'll be something.
Yeah, this is keeping busy. It's not meant to be the professional, we beat everything
and
one
all
try.
be all playthrough. Yeah.
Like, this one is meant to be the not edited format. This is supposed to be the one that's really quick to pump out, where we don't do editing. And then for some reason, we feel the need to edit anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. That all said, thank you for joining us, and we hope this if you haven't played Cave Story for some reason, yeah, I mean, I'll have a link in the description to go to the website to download it, because it's extremely easy to find freeware and download, because it's a free game. If you're planning on getting the remake on 3DS or the Switch version or whatever, do what you want, but this free version's right here that you can play anytime you want. So with that all said, thank you for joining us. Maybe we'll do another part. We'll see.
Well, Brayden, you said if they've never played Cave Story, but I have the feeling some of our viewers might have been born after Cave Story came out.
That's true. But once you get deep into the internet, especially the younger audience of like the Undertale circuit, I have a feeling that they probably found Cave Story as well.
Well, no, because after Undertale, you gotta do FNAF, and then it's Poppy's Playtime. I hate that.
Join us next time for Poppy's Playtime.
No! I hate that India becomes synonymous with fucking mascot horror. Like, if it was just one part of it, that'd be fine, but I swear 50 to 70% of India melodies fucking mascot horror. Anyway, we're gonna end the part. End the video, quick, Brandon.
Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, stop.